Hello everyone. I will start off with the first question by aging reversed. How optimistic are you that the singularity will happen in your lifetime? And do you think that it's more likely for life-extending therapies to be connected to the singularity? Maybe biotechnology will provide some kind of anti-aging therapies before strong AI is created. Are you more optimistic of biotech or the singularity to help us live longer sooner? Thank you for the question, Aging Reversed, and everyone go check out Aging Reversed's channel. It's a great channel. I'll put the URL right here on the page. You know, I don't even like to use the word singularity. If you notice, I never use it. I think it adds confusion, unnecessary confusion. I mean, some would say we're already in the singularity. You know, like when does the point start? You know, of when are we in the singularity? So, but some would define the singularity. If you're going to define it as, you know, the point when we have artificial intelligence, that strong AI, and that they self-improve by themselves, you know, without the need for human intervention, and basically we have the AI surpassing human intelligence. If you define it in that way, I'm very skeptical as far as like how far AI can actually go. I think that there's a lot of hype that where we think, oh, you know, AI can just, there's just no limits to how intelligent AI can get. And I think that there might be. I think that we might hit a wall where, you know, we'll never see a robot that is autonomous, you know, that can just make its decisions and that is basically as intelligent as a human being. We might never see that ever. So we might need to rely on human intelligence to figure out the solutions for aging. Or, you know, if we do see very highly intelligent, autonomous robots, it might take way longer to develop them than people are anticipating. You know, people predict, 2045, and we're going to have, amazing, advanced, strong AI and everything else. But these predictions might be way, way wrong. I mean, it's kind of hard to say that we'll never develop strong AI. But, considering how long, if the Earth just keeps on going on and civilization, technology keeps on going on for thousands of years, you'd think eventually we'd probably develop AI that is close to human intelligence, or at least has the illusion of human intelligence, human consciousness. They might actually not have real consciousness, but we'd never know. We'd never know for sure, right? Once we create a robot that is so human-like, or they just might be pretending to have a consciousness. And do we have a consciousness? This just gets into very weird territory when you start talking about what is consciousness. So, I'm not like a typical transhumanist in this way, that I'm not really optimistic about artificial intelligence. Now, of course, I hope I'm wrong. I hope AI does become, super powerful and figures out all these problems for us, like cure aging and everything else. I like to use, instead of singularity, I like to stick more with terms like the longevity escape velocity, which is what Aubrey de Grey talks about. If we could just stay alive long enough to see those first therapies in anti-aging, and then that'll take us to the next therapies that come, and then before you know it, we'll be able to live indefinitely by always being on the taking advantage of the cutting edge science that's coming. So it just the whole term of singularity is just adds extra confusion. Like, I like to bring it to what's practical to talk about, and what's most practical is the idea that just let's cure aging and let's be alive at that point in time when we do cure aging. There's one other part of this question I'd like to address. So as far as do I think the first real anti-aging cure will be connected to the singularity? I think that, as we get better technologies, better tools to analyze what's happening with aging and figuring this out. You know, technology helps us progress. It helps us progress as far as the cure for aging. So, yeah, it's very possible that, you know, some scientific discovery could come out, some machine, you know, that allows us to figure out one of the problems for aging that we previously were unable to figure out because we didn't have the technology. So, yeah, it's very possible. The faster technology improves, the more likely we're going to see that trickle down into the cure for aging. But do I think that a strong AI will be the intelligence that is the key component in discovering this cure for aging? No, I don't. I think it'll be more likely a human intelligence that cracks the code of aging. And, you know, the human intelligence will be using the tools of computing, advanced computers and everything like that, but it won't be an autonomous AI that figures out the cure for aging. I don't think. You know, I hope I am wrong. I hope that we do develop AI that's so powerful that figures out aging for us, and that would be great. I think it's probably going to be some young, fresh scientist, you know, someone like Liz Parrish, you know, someone, or Laura Deming, someone, you know, with a fresh mind, ready to attack these problems. Or, of course, Aubrey de Grey, or anyone in sense, some young intern, you know, they'll bring in, and this person will be like, oh yeah, and they'll think about aging in a different way, figure out the problem, and that's probably how it's going to happen.
Which disease would I cure? I would say aging. I want to find the elixir of life.
Talking so much about the singularity inevitably should lead into the conversation of how is one going to get their eternal life? Is it going to be through a biological route, or is it going to be through some mind uploading process into machines? Now, I am one who favors the biological route because I am highly skeptical that my consciousness can be transferred into machines. I just think that if we make ourselves entirely machines, we might lose our consciousness in that process, you know. And I want to stay biological. I mean, I'm open to having cyborg implants and everything like that, but my main concern is the brain. I don't want my brain to be robotic. I want the same brain that I have right now to be biologically rejuvenated and so on forever. I need this process to continue on so that I never lose my consciousness. If at any point my brain is destroyed, I think I've lost my consciousness forever. And that would include, you know, I think you're just replacing your parts of your brain with robotic parts. Yeah, however slowly, I still think you might lose your consciousness in that process, so I'm worried about that. So I don't think the singularity is going to give me my eternal life in the sense of mind uploading either. Hopefully that answers that question.